Okay, dear adjudicator and dear to the government team, I'm as the first speaker. First, I want to rebut the first speaker argument from the government team. The first speaker said that Maldives should reopen the tourist attraction and it will increase the economic of Maldives. But I don't think we reopen the tourism place or tourism spot will increase the economy because much of the people now fear the coronavirus. And if the government reopen the Maldives tourism spot, it will make the corona case grow up and grown bigger. And so in here, I don't think the government should choose money over the people. If the government reopen the tourism attraction spot to attract the tourists, and the corona got bigger, it just like killing the people for money. So I don't think this is the solution for the economic. And yeah, it should be closed until the corona case is over. And second, the first speaker said about how the government will expanding the sector for grow the economy bigger. The question is, how will the government expanding the sector? How is this? What is the solution, and what is the movement of the government to expanding the sector for the economic of the people? Because expanding the sector for in this situation like this is a little bit hard because not all the people will agree. Because what if the people is under poverty and the government just increase the sector and expanding the sector is just a big corporation. So this thing must uh, little be more worried because in this situation like this in the pandemic, the government should choose people over the economy. Even though people are now is hard with the economic, so the government duty is not by expanding the uh, the tourism attraction, but to expanding the people in the country itself to help the people with anything. Is it okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with this motion, I have several arguments. First, I disagree to the investigation the economic in this country because the pandemic situation in the country is already out of control because there's a lot of tourism bringing coronavirus to the country. In the country is already out of control, and I think the urgency right now is not to open the tourism spot, but first is to control the corona case, so it to so it not will go much bigger, and it will be a flawless if the government reopen the country to the tourism because coronavirus it's really easy to spread to the others, especially from the tourism. Even if the government make the rule about PCR tests and the quarantine, it will not last long. In fact, it will not last long because sometimes people can come into the country without, if the people is rich, the people of the tourists will just come to the country without any circumstance. So in fact the government is just care about the money if they reopen the country for only the tourism. And even if the government make the rule about PCR test and quarantine for the tourists, it will not last long because in fact there is a country that already put the rule about PCR test and quarantine for the tourists. It is Malaysia, and it doesn't last long because after they make rule about that and they do the rule, and the corona case is still growing up, it's growing bigger, and then it's the PCR test and the quarantine is not the best choice in this situation. And I think the best situation is to close the country until the corona case is over. I think that's all what I could say. Thank you.